more on this, let's get some reaction to the latest developments now and speak to Tehran University Professor Syed Mohammad Marandi. Mr. Marandi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So could you please clarify the Iranian position regarding Donald Trump's ceasefire claim? He says talks have been taking place. Now, Tehran doesn't seem to agree, does it?
By now, I think everyone across the world knows that Trump is not the most truthful person around. There have been no direct negotiations, and there have been no indirect negotiations. What has probably happened is that Trump recognized that he will be facing severe consequences if he strikes Iran's critical infrastructure and the electrical power plants in particular, because Iran has said that it will destroy power plants in much more extensively on the other side of the Persian Gulf under such circumstances, because all the regimes in the Persian Gulf, the family dictatorships, they are complicit in the war. So that's how Iran will retaliate. And Trump knows that if that happens, he will be on the losing end of this conflict. And I think as we approach that 48 hours that he had spoken of, he got cold feet. Now, that doesn't mean that this has come to an end. He may carry out attacks during the week. He may carry out attacks next week. Iran is prepared, and if there are any attacks on its critical infrastructure, the retaliation will be very brutal, to say the least. But I think he's trying to manipulate oil markets right now as well, because the prices have gone up a great deal, and he's brought them down a bit, or at least from.
Now, Mr. Marandi, the Iranian foreign minister had previously clearly ruled out his country having any negotiations with the U.S. whatsoever. So why would Donald Trump come up with the ceasefire announcement right now?
Well, if he had not done this and the 48 hours had finished and he did nothing, then he would feel humiliated. And on the other hand, the price of oil has been going up, and it will continue to go up because the Strait of Hormuz remains closed for the most part. So I think it's two things. One is that he is worried about attacking Iran because Iran's retaliation will be far more destructive. And also he wants to ease the oil markets a bit. And that's basically the two main reasons, the two real reasons. But he can't keep the oil markets down. They will go back up because the shortage is real and it is increasing. And ultimately, if he does choose to strike Iran's critical infrastructure, Iran will be ruthless in its response.
And we all remember how the U.S. started the war, the 12-day war, during the peace talks. So how can Washington be trusted right now?
Well, there are no talks right now, direct or indirect. I assure you, absolutely no talks. But the Iranians are on their guard. There is no way in the world that the Iranians are going to trust Trump or the Trump regime for even a second. We are at war. This is a war of defense, and we will continue to fight against the two aggressive regimes, the Trump regime and the Netanyahu regime, until they are defeated and until Iran's conditions are met. And Iran is prepared for a very, very long war.
And from a political and military perspective, who needs a ceasefire more right now, the U.S. or Iran, in your opinion?
Without a doubt, the United States. Without a doubt. Iran has the United States, it has Trump by the throat. Iran controls the Strait of Hormuz, and the United States can do nothing about it. Even if the United States launches an assault, a land, and tries to take territory from Iran, or a foothold on Iranian territory, nothing will change. There is not a chance in the world that Iran will allow oil to go through the Strait of Hormuz without its consent, and Trump knows it. So Iran has the upper hand, and time is definitely on Iran's side.
And what happens to Trump's 48-hour ultimatum regarding the Hormuz Strait right now, where the US president vowed to, quote, obliterate Iranian energy facilities if the strait is not fully open?
Well, that's why he extended this threat, or put back this threat for 5 days, because it would be finished in the coming hours, and so you would either have to attack, or he would have to back down, and so he chose a different way. He chose to fabricate, to lie, and to say negotiations are taking place, and get a 5-day extension. So he both puts off this decision, and also he calms down the oil market a bit. But this is uh, just talk. The shortage of oil on the global markets increases by the hour. And the same is true with LNG, and the same is true with petrochemicals.
And we can see immediate reactions happening on the energy markets with prices for crude coming down. And given that in recent weeks, Washington has also been on damage control, attempting to calm the markets. So what are the odds that the ceasefire announcement is used exactly for this reason as well?
Well, this is not a ceasefire. The Trump regime and the Netanyahu regime continue to bomb schools, hospitals. Just hours ago, they murdered a professor along with his entire family here in Tehran. They bomb different parts of the country. They bomb civilian infrastructure. So Trump continues to murder, but he has put off the threat to attack Iran's key infrastructure or critical infrastructure for now. But the Iranians have said it doesn't matter if it's today or next week or next month. Any attack on Iran's critical infrastructure will be met with a decisive response. And that response will include all these Arab family dictatorships on the other side of the Persian Gulf. I think Trump recognized that Iran is dead serious, and that is the main reason why he backed down. But if you notice, he put it off for 5 days. Why 5 days? Because he wants to wait till the markets close for his deadline to end.
We'll definitely have to see how this develops. Thank you so much for the details. We just heard from Tehran University professor Syed Mohammad Marandi.